Right. Bismillah. Right, let's get started, folks. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, folks, today we're going to be looking at an EDEXCEL GCSE paper, Mathematics A, Paper 1. Okay, from the 1MAO/1H syllabus. This is the 2013 June paper, and we're going to be looking at that today. Okay, let's make it, take it up, please roll it up. Right, let's get started. Right. Question number 1 starts off with place value. Given that, let me just check the video is working properly, please. Okay. Given that 1793 times by 185 is equal to that, so they give us a fact first. Write down the value of this, so we have to see how has this changed and become that. So let's change color here a bit. So the second number here has stayed the same, it hasn't changed. The first number has been made how many times smaller? 1000 times smaller, because 1793 has now become 1.79. It's the same number, but it's been made smaller. So the decimal point be made, move back 3 places. Now, if you make part of the question 1000 times smaller, what do you reckon happens to the answer? So at the moment, this copy down here for the moment. So if you make this part 1000 times smaller, we're going to make the answer 1000 times smaller. It follows through to the answer, so it gets mirrored. So 1, 2, 3. So the answer should be 331.705. And that's that question done. Just like buzzing. It's annoying me. Okay, now, if you look at the this question here, question B, 331705 divided by 1.85. This is a variation of our original question there. So let's rearrange that. So let's have a look. So we have here 331705. So what they're going to divide by 1.85. Opposite time by that is divide. So if you divide it normally by 185, you should have got an answer of 1793. So what I've done here, I've manipulated the original question, and we're going to compare that with the question they've given us. So the first part has stayed the same. The second part looks like the original second part, but it's been manipulated by how much? It's been made 185 to get to 1.85. You've got to make it 100 times smaller, isn't it? So we made the bottom part 100 times smaller. Now, this is where the slightly your thinking part comes into it. When you are dividing and you make the number you're dividing by smaller, how does that affect the answer? Does the answer also get smaller like in the previous question, or does it get bigger? So, okay folks, go off you go. Don't all shout at once. If you make the dividing part 100 times smaller, you have to make the answer 100 times bigger. Why is that? It has the opposite effect. So think of it as like money. If I have £100 and I divide it amongst 5 of you here, you'd each get £20. If I had £100 and I didn't divide it by 5, I divided by 2,
50.
You get more, you get £50. So as you make the number you divide it by smaller, the answer gets bigger. Okay? So now the answer will become on this. Okay? So the answer will be 179300. Okay? So this effect here on the bottom part of the dividing seems to have the opposite effect in the answer. Okay folks, are you happy with question number 1? Place value. Right, sir. Smith, can we move it up, please? If we need to quickly rub that off. Okay, Zisha, have you got that down? I need to rub it off. Done? Okay, right, let's get this off the board and get on to the next question. Okay, right. Where is my... Right, question number 2. Question number 2 involves percentages and fractions. Right, Mr. Mason asked 240 year 11 students what they want to do next year. 15% of the students want to go to college, and 3/4 of the students want to stay at school. Now, everybody in this room should know quickly what 3/4 is a percentage. 3/4 of the percentage is 75%. 1/4 is 25, so 3/4 is 75. So straight away we can write next to here in the brackets 75%. So we need to be able to convert between fraction and percentage. So a quarter is a very popular, we should know that value is 25%. So 3/4 will be triple that, 75%. The rest of the students do not know. Work out the number of students who do not know. Work out the number of students, not the percentage, not the fraction. So, right, let's have Afira. We have here 15%, and we know that 3/4 is worth 75%. So what we need to do these two first, we need to, what do we need to do them? Add them to work out how much we got so far. So 75% add 15% will give us a total of 90%. Okay, and in the complete question we have Zishan, how much percent do we have? Always in a normal question we have how much percent? 100%. Okay, so the total data value must be 100%, and 90% has been spoken for, so if you minus them that will give us, so 10% of this 240 are the ones who do not know. Okay, goes work out the number. So I haven't finished yet, I've worked out the percentage, so now I have to work out %10 of. Okay, now some of you might be able to do this question quite quickly in the head, but for the sake of everybody who's watching this video, right, let's have a look at some technique. Right, Afira, so Ifra, 10% of 240. If you want to work out 10%, we're thinking about 1/10. To work out 10th, we divide by 10. Thank you. So we divide by 10. So Zishan, quick way of dividing by 10, we have lots of zeros. What do we do? Or some zeros? What do you do? Just knock one off. So the answer is 24. So 24 students don't know. So the answer for this question is 24 students. Okay folks, have you got that down? Because we need to do this question work a bit more quick, so the people who follow us on YouTube don't get bored out of their brains. Right, got all that down folks? Should be writing it down as I do it. Okay, so if it takes me 2 minutes to do it, and you need to take 3 minutes to copy it down, 5 minutes, people are waiting. They're going to be growing old on YouTube, getting white hairs in the beard. I'm sorry, I mean in the hair. Okay. If I'm happy with that? Yeah? Okay, are we ready to get rid of it? Okay, right. Alright, let's have a look. Just quickly. Right, okay. Lovely, right. It goes there, 16 babies. Question number 3, 16 babies are born in a hospital. Here are the weights of the babies in kilograms. Are you okay? That's just... Are you still recording?
Yeah, still recording.
Okay, so here's the 16 babies' weights in kilograms. Show this information in an ordered stem and leaf diagram. Okay, so can you just bring the stem and leaf diagram up a bit, please? Okay, right, stem and leaf diagram is over here. Okay, that's it, right for now. I'll take a little bit more space and bring this up over here. That's leave it there, thank you. Right, we need to do a key first of all. So 2.4, let's start with the first data value. So that, if we represent that on the that represents, what does that mean? That means
2.4 kg.
Okay, so 24 means 2.4 kg. So that's our key. So that part of stem and leaf diagram means 2.4 kilograms. Okay, now let's have a look at the standard values. We have 2.4, 2.7, 3.5, 4.4, 4.5, 4.1 and so on. Now, what's the lowest value? The lowest value starts with like a 2 point something, is that right?
Yeah.
And then from 2s we go to 3 point something? And then 4 point something. Do you have any 5s?
No.
No. So 2 point something, 3 point something and 4 point something. Okay, so we're doing a stem and leaf. Now, ordered stem and leaf is the key word here. What does it mean by ordered stem and leaf? Okay, let's have Ramiz. Ordered stem and leaf. Ordered means the numbers are in order. That's it. Style. So let's look at all the 2 point somethings. So we have here 2.4, 2.7, 2.8. Any more 2s, Zishan? No. That's it. So you got 4, 7 and 8. 4, 7 and 8. So that means 2.4, 2.7, 2.8. Okay, we happy with that? So what we can do with those now, we can cross them off. So we don't use them again. Okay? Please folks, when I'm doing this on the board, if I've missed a value, please say shout it out. Okay? Okay? Next we're going to look at the 3s now. Okay, so if we're looking at the 3's now, we've got 3.5.
The last one.
Yeah, so how many do you have altogether of those? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 values. So Ifra, which is the smallest one? 3.0, yeah? So 3.0 goes here, 3.0. Alright, I'm going to go over this in blue just to make sure. I'll do this against my clothes. Right, 3.0, which one? What's the next one after 3.0?
There's two 3.3s.
3.3s. Okay, next Mr. Ramiz. Okay, Ramiz, what's after the 3.0? What's the next one? We've got 3.5s and 3, 7 and 8. So?
3.5.
5 and then?
7.
And then?
8.
And then 8 and then 8. Okay, have we covered everything, folks?
Yeah.
Haven't missed any out?
Nope.
Okay, good. Whoops. Right. Okay, the last one. Right, let's have a look at a red colour. Right, the 4 values. We have 4.4, 4.5, 4.1, 4.4, 4.1 and also 4.2. So, Afira, which one shall I start with? Which is the smallest 4 value? 4.1.
1.
And then how many of those we have?
2.
2 of them. And then we go on to 4.2.
2.
And that's one of them. Then
4.4.
How many of them?
1.
No,
2.
2.
And then what? How many? And then the last one is
4.5.
4.5. Okay, let's just quickly add these numbers up. See how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and we should have 16. So hopefully that should be enough. Okay, we happy with that, folks? Okay, right. Let's move the next question up. As you move it up, make it bigger, please, because these questions are small in algebra in terms of the size and make it a bit bigger. Right. Okay, folks, are we happy with these? Now, you'd be surprised how many students get these questions wrong. Ready, Dishan?
Yes, sir.
So expand. Expand doesn't mean like you start eating doner kebabs in the exam and start getting fatter, yeah? I want to expand this algebraic expression here. So we need to multiply it. Now that 3 outside the bracket means 3 times
2.
So 3 times by 2, first of all, I'll write it down. 3 times by 2 gives us
6.
And then we do 3 times by
T.
plus t. Make sure you include its sign. 3 times by plus t will give us
Plus 3t.
plus 3t. That's lovely. When you say 3 times by plus t, you automatically come out with a nice answer of plus 3t. So your answer comes with your question. So if you miss out the plus, what happens to the minus? It's even worse. And what sign you put in the middle? So the sign here is generated from the question itself and not by copying it down. Because if I was to put a minus here, that would become minus and not plus. Okay, we done that? Happy with that question? Okay, Zishan, next question. It goes expand this expression now. So again, we can start with the 3x outside the bracket. We multiply by each item inside. So 3x times by 2x.
6x squared.
Excellent. Okay, and then we have 3x times by, let's have Samia. 3x times by plus 5.
Plus 15x.
Plus 15x. Lovely. And that's that question finished. Oops. Right. So 6x squared plus 15x is the answer to that. Okay, the last one I'm going to try to squeeze in the bottom. Don't move it, sir. Okay, says the simplify. This one's got an extra word expand, which we know is multiply, and simplify. So simplify means collecting like terms. So let's have a look. Now, when we start this question, let's do this one in red. We have double brackets, 2 items there, 2 items there. So Zishan, where do we start? At the first item. So m has to time by n. And then has to time by
10.
plus 10. Do not say 10. Because if it's a minus 10, you should say time by 10, you'll get the wrong answer. You'll miss out the minus in your answer. So let's look at this. M time by m is equal to
M squared.
m squared. Now we have m time by plus 10. M time by plus 10 will give us
Plus 3m.
plus 10m.
Oh.
M time by plus 10 will give us plus 10m. Okay.
No.
Right, next. Zishan, we've done the first item with everything on the other side. Now we're going to do the second item with everything. Okay? That's not how we do double brackets. So we do plus 3 times by m will give us plus 3 times by 10
Plus 3m.
plus 3m. We have plus 3 times by plus 10 that will give us
Plus 30.
plus 30. Lovely. Okay. Mr. Ramiz, have you got that also on? Is that in the picture?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Now, we have a m squared at 10m, at 3m, at 30. Now, what do we do here? The m squared, there's no more m squared terms to add, so that stays as it is. The plus 30 is a numerical term, there's no other numerical term, so that stays as it is. But the terms that we can simplify are these two. So we have plus 10m and plus 3m, that will give us altogether
Plus 13.
plus 13m. So we have m squared plus 13m plus 30. And that is the final answer to that question. So expand and simplify. Has everybody got that down? Ready to move on to the next question? Next question, folks? Right, let's have a... Yes? Okay, right. Okay, folks, just give me 1 second. Some students have decided to come now. Give me 1 moment, we'll come back. Sorry, come on. Come on. Push the door. Yes, push it. I'm closing and come inside. You're bloody late. You're messing up our video.
I think I cut the shoes off.
Come on, that's why it's late. I'm not banned from the bathroom. Okay, right. Okay. Question number 5, sorry about that, folks. Question number 5 is write 525 as a product of its prime factors. Nice, is that nice and big, Samir? Okay, now, there's few different ways of writing numbers as part of its prime factors, but one way which I teach is using the bus stop method. Some people have little branches and stuff. If you like that method, you carry on. Okay, 525, we need to start dividing it by prime numbers. So we divide it by, first of all, we divide it by 5, because we know 5 will definitely go in there. So prime numbers are, does anybody think, give me this as your first prime numbers. Prime numbers starting from? No, 1 is not a prime number. 2, 3, 5, 7,
9,
not 9.
11.
Okay, 11. Okay, now, the ones that we're going to be using the most often are these ones here. Okay, 2, 3, 5, 7. We use some of those ones. 1 is not a prime number because it has a repeated factor. It must have 2 separate factors. So 525 divided by 5 will give us 1, 0, 5. So we divide it by 5, that gives us that. Now we have 105. We divide it by 5. Divide by 5 again, because you'll go.
Yeah.
So that will give us now, 5s and 10 will give us 2, 5s and 5 will give us 1, that gives
Sir, is the top point?
Yes.
Isn't it 1 or 1? How many 5s into 5?
No, because 5 into 5 is 1, 5 into 2 is nothing. Yeah? And then we've got now 21. Now 21 won't divide by 5 anymore, but it will divide by
3.
3. So 21 we divided by 3 and that will give us an answer of
7.
7 won't divide by 3 anymore, but it will divide by itself.
Yeah.
And 7 is a prime number, that gives you 1 you stop.
One.
So what we say here is a 525